But I think the right answer now is actually to use AI. I think the
Oh,
correct answer, the best answer. Apple mentioned in their keynote, hey, you can use our Xcode AI thingy to localize everything in your app. I'm like, really? You can just say localize my app. Well, I tried that in Xcode,
mhm.
in the new Xcode 27 beta, and it was looking like it was going to do things, but honestly, there was too many questions about approve this and approve that and approve this and
Mhm.
approve that. So I went back to Claude Code and not running the new, what was it called? Fable, but
Fable.
just the Opus 4.8. And I said, hey, I need you to localize my app. That means, of course, all the translations into, I said, whatever languages the App Store supports. I think there's like 35 or 38 of them or whatever,
Mhm.
into all those locales. But I said, we're not just talking languages here. We're talking about, for example, Spanish Mexico is not the same as Spanish Spain,
Right.
um, and that kind of thing. And I forget, I gave it kind of a little punch list of things that came across my mind, and it went through and did a bunch of stuff, and then I went and checked it and found a couple things that didn't quite meet the bar. But I told it, for each one, you have to go through and you have to, you know, well, first figure out all the strings thing, and then with each of those, translate it for each of the locales, and then kind of reverse translate everything too to make sure it makes sense over each one. And I gave it kind of a long, detailed thing, which I'm pretty sure I could probably post or something or include with this podcast. But basically, that ended up being the right answer. It went along doing its thing for quite a while, and there were a couple areas that it had like some couple questions, like, oh, and this, there was one spot where it was one of those things where we're creating a string on the fly based on some data, and part of it is the data from the string, and then it's like, well, to properly pluralize it, or um,
I have a question about you said the best method here is to use AI to localize your app.
I really believe that's true.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.